Culture is a thing that was created for people, by people, and through the course of time, the culture has been changed over each decade into something different and something different in society and how people view you. But I strongly believe that culture has been changed from worse to worse. Coming from slavery where certain people were mistreated because of the race and the color of their skin, to a time where people are being judged by the assets that they have and certain things they own in life. So I have dedicated this video to notify you about certain toxic behaviors that are being normalized in society today.
September we met, I could tell by your smile.
So welcome back to the channel, Concept of the Mind. And as the starter stated, I'll be talking about certain toxic behaviors that are being normalized in society and certain things that we can do to address these behaviors, whether or not we are the persons who are doing them or unfortunately we are on the receiving end of it. So if you're not subscribed to the channel as yet, please hit the subscribe button and turn on your post notification bell, like this video and share it to your status or on any other social media platform. And also you can follow Concept of the Mind on Instagram. So without any further delay, let's get into the video. So one of the first toxic behaviors on this list is alcohol drinking. While it's not completely wrong to use alcoholic substances or drink alcohol on a whole, the constant intake of alcohol can lead to certain problematic health risks. The most common thing that would affect a human being from the intake of alcohol is being drunk. And when you're drunk, your senses are impaired and could cause you to have certain misjudgments in some situations. The toxic behavior of drinking even runs deeper than just health risks that have to deal with your body. It will also affect your mental state, which can affect the persons in your surrounding. For instance, your kids, your brothers, your sisters, and even your parents. The use of alcohol is commonly surrounded by persons who are suffering from depression. So it might just be a Friday night thing and then it turns into an everyday thing because you just suffered from a bad relationship or you've lost a loved one. Another toxic behavior that is being practiced in society a lot is the fact that people are sexualizing children. How many times have you watched a certain advertisement on TV and see a little boy and a little girl having a little kiss or something that is romantic, and then it allows you to think in yourself that, oh, this is so cute, look at him, look at her. This is mainly done for promotional purposes, which means they are actually sexualizing children. So about the age of 3 years old, this is where children start to develop personalities and start to understand themselves. But they don't understand themselves completely, let alone to be in romantic positions with picking flowers given to their little partners or dressing in matching outfits. So sexualizing children is increased by the media and for businesses to get more sales and to get out there into the public. But I strongly believe that this should stop. So another toxic behavior on this list that most persons will not consider toxic, but I do, is to applaud yourself for failing. Now believe it or not, there's a lot of persons in society who actually do this. Applaud themselves for each time they make an attempt to do something and they fail. And they hit it with something like, oh, at least I tried. But trial is not only for succeeding at a specific thing. Sometimes it's to understand exactly what are the hurdles that will come with this form of event. This is called testing. Initially testing the waters. A lot of scientists actually do this with the experiments that they have, thus being it an experiment. This is to understand exactly what are the things that will happen, the side effects, the cause, the outcome. These things will matter at the end of the day for you to move forward. So don't just be in the toxic mindset of thinking, oh, at least I tried. Sometimes you have to understand and break down the things that you get from these situations and digress and then apply them to succeed once again. Another toxic behavior on this list, which I would consider one of the most crucial to address, is stop blaming your foreparents for everything. Stop blaming your mother, stop blaming your father, stop blaming your grandfather, your grandmother. Stop blaming them for everything that is going wrong in your life. There are so many great people in life who have made it without the help of their parents, who has made it without the ability to call on their father or call on their mother for something. They weren't born with any form of gold spoon, let alone a spoon in their mouth, and they did it by themselves. These persons quickly realized that blaming their parents for the things that have happened in their life won't make them a better person, won't make them more successful in life, and won't make them have more to contribute to life and to their children. So they quickly assessed the situation, found out what they could do, and then made a change in life. And this is what I would tell people just the same. Don't fall into the toxic trap where you blame persons for the position you are in life. Make a change within yourself, and then everything else will turn over like a book leaf. Another toxic behavior on this list is that we are being too tied to technology. We are being too tied to an immediate response from anything. A lot of persons need to hear this one. You are being too tied to an immediate response from a text, from a job application, from almost everything in your life, and that's because of your attachment to your phone and your attachment to social media. Have you ever heard the expression saying that everything will happen at the right time? I strongly believe in this because the universe works in such a way that when you're in a situation and think that you might not get out of it, there will be a silver lining just in the nick of time to help you with the last minute catch. But I see this all the time. A lot of persons get so anxious when they send a message and don't get an immediate response. They send an application to a company. They need a job, yes, but you have to understand that everything takes a time and takes processing. You send a text to someone, you expect the person to be at the phone's whim at any time you text so that they can respond. This cannot happen because everyone in the world has their own lives to live, and if they are not interested in everything that you say, how can they respond to it immediately? Another toxic behavior on this list that I need to address is toxic male masculinity. Yes, this plays a big role in society and towards men and women in society. This is a thing that has been coming from ancient days, and we are now in modern times where the world is more versatile with the people who are playing parts in certain things. Some men are so old-fashioned that they think that most women who they come across in society is mediocre towards a job position, cannot do what he can do, or should be at home 24/7, taking care of the household, taking care of the family. And while I believe that certain roles in society should not change, especially for the men to be more hardworking towards certain things in life and the women be more subtle and emotional towards the family, this does not mean that a man should not have any form of emotion towards certain things and men don't cry. Psychology has proven that if you don't deal with your emotions, they can get the best of you and they will tear you down like a limb in a hurricane. So once again, I must say that I believe that men should deal with their emotions in society and adapt to changing times. Another toxic practice on this list is that parents are spoiling their children rotten. I've heard the same thing over and over from parents. When I was growing up, I didn't get this. When I was growing up, I didn't get that. So I'm going to make sure that my children get everything that they need in life. I'm not sure about anyone else, but this sounds like a bad equation for something to me. Imagine having parents that would give you everything that you need in life, anything you asked for, and if you didn't get it, you would just cry or be upset for a few minutes and then they will still get it for you. Now tell me what's the lesson from that, and tell me what will happen from a child who has grown in an environment like that. More than likely, this person will do nothing with their lives. They will expect handouts in every way and every form. They will expect that everything that they do must be accomplished, and if they don't get it that way, it doesn't make any form of sense. And then eventually when they get their kids, they will transcend this form of information into their actions, and then the cycle will continue. Another toxic behavior on this list is wastefulness. And when I say wastefulness, there's a lot of ways people waste a lot of things in life. People waste clothes, people waste money, people waste opportunity, people waste food, and the list goes on. There are so many ways you can give back to society, in donations, in drop-offs, in just giving away certain clothes that can't fit you anymore, or clothes that you don't like anymore. And I've seen so many instances where people have unused time that they are just throwing away. There are so many things that you can do to better your society. You can go to rallies, you can do the youth service programs, and you can just give back in so many ways. Churches, food drives, and so many other things. So the next time you think about wasting your time or wasting your efforts in certain things, just think about the lives that you can help if you give a helping hand in something and make a change. Another toxic behavior on this list is that people try to get down people based on their profession. Now I know what a lot of persons will say when I mention this one, that some jobs are more important than some. But I strongly go against this, because in a system, everything does play a part. Even the mechanic, even the garbage man plays a part in life, because the person who is the doctor still needs to drive a car and still dumps garbage somewhere. And without the mechanic to fix his car or change his oil, how will he get to work to save lives? And without the garbage man to clean up in certain areas, how will the world stay clean? How will we live in a sanitary environment? Now some parents will send their kids to school in hopes that they have the most prestigious job at the most prestigious workplace. But in most cases, this is where they pressure their children into doing something that they don't feel comfortable doing and they don't want to do generally. So learn to and the final point on this list is to be yourself. One of the most toxic behaviors in society is people who try to be someone they aren't. Imagine having one of your friends for the longest time in years, going to school and all of that, and he was one of the most funniest persons in your class. He was so easy to deal with, he was brilliant in his work, and he just had a different vibe whenever you go around him. Now imagine that person meeting someone else, and this person, say for instance is a female, she likes him but she's kinda too soft, so she tells him, "Oh, you're kinda too soft." Now he acts very tough and very macho. He becomes very disrespectful, he no longer runs certain jokes, he doesn't go out with you anymore, he starts to hang out with a different type of crowd. And then you wonder, where is that friendship that you had for so long? He's now trying to impress someone else by losing himself. So this is one of the most toxic behaviors in life, when people try to be someone who they aren't. And at the end of the day, it won't be worth it. So as usual, thank you for watching this video. This was Concept of the Mind. And for more in-depth information like this, you can just subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and stay tuned for more. Oh, and please remember to share the video.